All right, y'all ready? Okay. All right, first off, congrats to a well-played game by Dave and his team. They lined up and physically kicked our ass in a lot of ways. It is what it is. That's on me. All right, I'll take responsibility for it. All right, we're going into a bye week this week, and we got work to do. We have 3 games remaining, and everything that we have wanted to do is still in front of us. It's our choice and our decision, all right, how we respond to this outcome. All right, questions?
Defensively, it was not remotely close to your standard. Kind of what were you seeing during the game where the failures were on the defensive side of the ball?
Yeah, I mean, I could say a lot of things right now, but at the end of the day, like I said, we've got a lot of work to do. We've got to get corrected. Yeah, I mean, we've got to be able to take something away. And I think they had 200. When Duke Scott had a great game. 243. Yeah. So we weren't taking the run away. It was the noticeable thing. There were a lot of hidden yardage in there that 2 yards, 5 yards, 4 yards that were missed tackles. Getting knocked back. At the end of the day, like I said, we've got to improve, and we will.
Chad.
Not making excuses, but I know this was the end of a tough 4-game stretch.
Yeah.
Did you sense that the guys maybe just ran out of gas tonight?
No, look, it's first off, I don't know if we put enough gas in the gas tank. I mean, that was, if you want to talk about that, but no, it's there's no excuses, Chad. There's not. We have guys, whether if the guy's down, somebody else has to step up, and then they have to make plays. And you got to finish blocks. You got to get off blocks. You got to run. You got to catch. You got to tackle. So, all in all, you don't win with one phase of the game. You don't lose with one phase of the game. All right, when you win and you play complementary football, all right, same thing here. I mean, all 3 phases, we've got to improve. We've got to correct mistakes, and then we've got to improve.
Jackson.
Defensively, your team's been able to get stops in the red zone and on 3rd and 4th down this year, but tonight that wasn't the case. Was it just better execution by NC State, or what was it?
Yeah, I mean, they scored, so obviously it was the execution, but it was really flipped. I mean, we weren't consistent enough in the red zone. I mean, you get the ball down to the 1 yard line, you got to be able to put it in offensively. And those mistakes were self-defeating mistakes. So then on the defensive side, they pushed us in the end zone, right? And that's why I said we got our butts kicked, and that's what you look at. And when they're able to run it in like that, down in there tight, or a 2nd and 7 to 3rd and 4 to 1st down, those types of plays, we've got to do it. We've got to do a lot better job. I've got to do a lot better job.
Check.
King still accounts for over 500 yards in this game. How'd you feel about offensively, his production and everything else on the offensive side of the ball?
Yeah, I mean, obviously when you come off the field after a loss, no one's happy, and he's as dejected as anybody. But I look at the statistically what he did. I mean, statistically he had a good game, but Haynes King doesn't care about that. Haynes King, he's a winner. He wants to win, but he's a tremendous football player. You got to help him out around all around them.
Okay.
How much would you say the middle 8 was a factor in the outcome?
Yeah, I go back and look, but we had it.
You missed a field.
Yeah, we got it with 3:01. We're sitting in there wanting to take the clock down, right? And we get in that long situation, and then we get a sack right there, right? Yeah, it was a sack. Had a sack, got a little of it back, got in field goal range for a long field goal. Missed the field goal, left a minute on the clock. Yeah, I mean, middle 8 was a factor, but there's a lot of 8s that were factors out there, Ken. All the 8s.
Kelly.
You rolled with Jameson in the second half, left tackle, and something happened to Ethan there.
Yeah, he got banged up. So we'll, I don't know the status. I'll know after the game. So, or when we get back in there.
Chad.
I I know in the past you haven't been afraid to make, big changes that needed to be made, look at self-assessment. I would assume that's a huge part of this next couple of weeks coming up.
Yeah, I mean, we're always looking at what we're not doing well, what can be better, and looking to be a better version of ourselves the next week. And we didn't do that this week. We got a bye week, to do that, to improve, and every area of the program, that's looked at every Sunday. That's no different than what we normally do, and that I would normally do.
Anything else? Jackson?
You were down 41-30 with about a little under 9 minutes left and opted to punt instead of go for it. Was there any consideration to go
Yeah, say that again now. Which one?
After you had a 3 and out after they went up 41-30 and you opted to punt for it instead of go for it.
Yeah, it was 8:25 left.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 8:25 left. That's, was it 41-30? Is that what it was at that time? Yeah. So you're in a 2-score game, and punt. You got to. If you go for it, what do we end up on? The minus. Yeah, we got like 5 yards. We got a -1 on the first play, and then I think we got a 6-yard gain, 5 or 6 yard gain on it. On the third down play, if you go for it and don't get it, now it's out of control. Put it back. We had all 3 timeouts. You don't start using the timeouts till you're at 5 minutes, and if we get a stop there, a chance to get the ball back. But you got to. I don't second guess that one bit, not one bit. And look, there's a lot of it when you make those decisions too, or how you're moving the football, and going in waves of how you're moving it. And right then, we had a couple of pressures on the second and third down play. So that was a definite consideration, or there was no consideration of going for it there.
Anything else? Kind of wrap us up.
I guess it says a lot about kind of where your program is. The team will rush the field after they beat you and what you've done so far. But do you feel like it's a galvanizing moment for your team this year to have that happen, the loss, and then see somebody rush the field and maybe motivate them in the last third?
Look, if you don't get motivated when you lose a football game, then you shouldn't be playing football. Right? You're not a competitor, and we've got a lot of competitors in there, and they'll respond the right way. And that's what we talk about. I mean, look, there was an event, and our response is everything. And that's what I told them in the locker room. I told them in the locker room, we got our butts kicked. All right, give credit where it's due. And we can't do anything about the game that just occurred, right, except for learn from it.
Okay. Thank you, Coach.
All right, go Jackets.